Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I am your host, Young Bo Easy. Hey man, I would like to welcome you to the show, man. You already know what the vibes is, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what we're here for, man. Alright? Listen, man. Choke it up, man. Now one, two, three, four. Nah, not five, six. We talk about seven games in a row, man. Chalk it up, man. The Knicks is in their bag, and today they had to pull a gritty one out, man, out in the Midwest, mess around with them Indiana Pacers, man. Whew. Listen, man, this was a great game. I'm talking about from tip off all the way to the last buzzer, man. Phenomenal game. Definitely gave those people at the game their money's worth, man. I would love to pay for a game like that. I'd be stressing in there for a little bit, but for sure, if we come out with a W, I ain't complaining. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, man, I just want to say like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples, man. Those of you returning, man, I'm truly, truly grateful, man. If you're new to the show, I hope you continue. I hope you choose to stick around. You know what I'm saying? She want to get her 2 cents in. Uh, I hope you choose to stick around and continue with us on this journey, man, as we continue to give you these vibes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. First quarter, man, was cool to start, man. They came out. I would say they definitely in a way through the first punch. It was just the energy that they had compared to us. Out, not that we were completely bad or anything like that. It was just they came out with that energy which you'd expect them being a home team. They being charged up by their home fans and things of that nature. So they came out with a valid amount of energy. I like the initial idea that they had, like as far as how to guard Julius Randle. Aaron Naismith and was the primary defender on them, which I wouldn't have expected. That's somebody that we're gonna speak on later in this show. But they was throwing that double team, man. That hey, it's like when Kawhi, it's not much you could really do with Giannis. I mean, but Kawhi and the Raptors really put on everyone on game to the wall, and this is how you guard, you know, Giannis. This is your best bet guarding Giannis because if you try to do it 1-on-one, he is going to carve you up 9 times out of 10. There's not many people that can stand in front of that guy 1-on-one. But Nate McMillan and the Atlanta Hawks in that playoff series pretty much gave the formula for how to guard Julius Randle, and this is your best bet. And maybe not a 9 times out of 10, but a lot of times Julius Randle could carve you up if you were going 1-on-one with the guy. So if you want a great chance and you don't have one of those great 1-on-one defenders, you better go for that double team, and they did that out the gates. So you gotta respect it, but that didn't work for too long. He Nate Smith got in. I believe he got that second foul, and once he sat down, pretty much it was Julius Randle started cooking and continued playing with that first quarter. Great first quarter play, man. He had 11 points to finish that first quarter today, man. And second quarter, you could tell things was going to keep up at this pace. Like it was just one of those back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you could just tell we were in a good game, in for a good game. It was great defense being played and good enough offense to get you by. As far as that second quarter, both teams finished around the 50s. I believe we went in with a halftime lead of 54-53. RJ got going, man, and was taking advantage of like smaller matchups, like when a McConnell would get on him. Matherman couldn't really do nothing with him. Buddy Yield was, you know what I'm saying, yum yum yum. He was eating everyone pretty much, eating everyone food. Pause. So it was just something. When he peeps these matchups, that's something I want to see more of. And he was definitely taking advantage of those. So that was really, really a good look. And second quarter, he definitely did his thing and ended up going into halftime with 16 points. But it was consistent back and forth between both teams, man. In that second quarter, we scored 25 apiece. And that brought us into halftime with a 54-53 lead. So some stats at that point, man, that stood out was like we had 7 blocks to their 0, 3 steals, 9 offensive rebounds. We shot 6 of 11 at the line, 4 for 16 from deep. So you would think, at halftime at that point, we have a free throw issue, and this is something that we got to clean up, man. And anytime you're leaving points at the line, it could play to your detriment, and that was definitely the case late game. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. Gritty third quarter, man. Brunson showed out, was orchestrating for us, man, up until he got into some foul trouble. But that was like late in the quarter, like really, really late. I don't want to say maybe less than 2 minutes. He got that fourth foul, but he was orchestrating for us in the right way. And now I'm going to speak on Aaron Naismith, man. This was somebody who, in that draft, was the best shooter. That's what they were saying. He was the best shooter the in that draft, man. If you look at the numbers coming into that, because I remember that very vividly. That was one of the guys that we were looking at, and I believe we had a chance to get. But instead, he got drafted to the Celtics, man. It just wasn't translating for him in those past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So with that trade, I believe involving Brogdon and Halliburton and how everything just was going crazy, they landed there. He landed on the Pacers, and he's pretty much showing that things could possibly be turning around, and he's playing how people imagine. But the kicker is he's added a defensive game. Like he 1-on-1, you could pretty much be comfortable with him on Julius Randle, and he was doing a great job. Julius Randle was still able to get some plays off and all that stuff, but he played some really really good defense, man, and I was really impressed with him, man. So him continuing to figure that out, and if his offense comes around, let alone that jump shot that he was hitting so often in college. Um, it could prove even crazier for the Indiana Pacers, and this is a team that's competing in the playoffs with the playoff race right now, and kind of a surprise as far as how the season's been going and their position and how they've been playing. So, you know, that's another good sign for the Pacers, man. But let's take it to the fourth quarter, man. For this one, man, I gotta take a breather, cause oh my god. I was stressing, man. We going in there one like less than we down one. All right, and at this point prior to this game, we're 3-12. We're 3-12 when we go into the fourth quarter, uh, and we're down. All right, so the odds were against us, to say the least. I was confident, you know, but I was still stressing because this is a team that you gotta respect, and they pretty much showed why as you continue to go with this game. About midway, man, we go down and it was 93-99, and it was at like a standstill, man. They were getting open shots, and to be honest, they were pretty much just giving us the game, like, and I'm just like, yo, like giving us the lead, and I'm like, when are we gonna take advantage? Like they're giving us the lead. Can we capitalize? Brunson came through, man, and showed some heart, man, and Grimes, Quentin G6 Grimes, man, because he gonna let that thing fly. You understand, man? Brunson was attacking the paint, got closed off for a certain second, and then gave Grimes a passing, and Grimes rose, man, and cut that lead to one, man. Big, big shot, man. Could be the shot that turned it around for us in the fourth quarter, but at the same time, we had a certain possession. Well, we had a certain couple of possessions where I believe we got 3 straight steals, man. That's called willing yourself to a win. That's when you want it. Like you could tell the team wants it. That's the only time you see 3 straight steals, man. And Jalen Brunson played a big part in that, man. As you can see on the thumbnail, man, we got a little serendipity, as my man Clyde would say. Miles Turner legit choked in the fourth quarter. Missing, I'm sorry. He legit choked in the fourth quarter, missing 4 free throws. You talk about serendipity, man. That boy was pooping his pants, man. That's what I'm talking about. And we were able to capitalize with some free throws of our own, man, and seal the deal for our own. And like, you know what I'm saying, and with some free throws of our own, and just lock down this seventh straight win, man. I think this is the most since that this a couple seasons ago where Julius Randle won Most Improved Player. So this is what you like to see, man. Miles Turner. uh, uh, I want to thank you, man, and it's because of you. The thumbnail is what it is. All right. I hope you guys enjoy that, man. I know you true Knicks fans is gonna enjoy that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to the next segment of the show. You already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Easy star of the show, Jalen J Nova Brunson, man. Listen, 30 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, man. Doing work in the passing lanes, and I believe even last game he had I can remember 3 steals off the top of my head. He's in the passing lanes, so he's been playing great defensively, man. He's undersized, man, but the dude got heart. He's out there taking charges, man. Um, giving effort, and that's all you can count on. You know what I mean? I don't care if you got the size of Trey Young out there. You giving us effort, you good. You know what I mean? And he's out there being really, really gritty. But 2 steals, 11 for 22 from the field, shooting 50%, 3 for 3 from deep, and he was also 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a point guard. Man, I could cry, man. I could shed a tear right now, man. This is we this is probably the best point guard we've had since Stephon Marbury, man. We just point guards don't come through for us, man. And it's just to have a point guard, somebody who's consistently like controlling the pace and settle down. And getting us into our sets and helping us do what we do and at certain points taking over games and with just such poise, man. And can't say enough about Jalen Brunson, man. I already feel like he's got his money worth. They talking about overpaid this and that in the third. I ain't trying to hear it. The man is definitely worth 26 million, and there is a possibility we are underpaying this man because he could be an all-star. Stop playing. All right? Another 30 points for the man. Remember I said, this dude could average 25 by the end of the season. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The next segment of the takeaways is here. All right? Come on. We're going to start off with wings. Wings, 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 man. No flats. Although I do like the flats. I don't understand what the beef is about. I think I like the flats better than wings. But anyway, wings, man. This team deserves some credit. You got Benedict Mathurin. You got Chris Duarte that came back today. Who else, man? You got Halliburton, who's the size of a wing. You got they have wings on wings. You know what I'm saying? So this team, Aaron Naismith, who I was speaking on, and Nemhard is a taller guard than usual. This team, man, is legit, and you gotta pay them their respects. You could see why you struggle against a team like this, and it's because they have so much versatility. You could throw out a bunch of 3-and-D type players like that, and they could guard 1 through 4, and then you just put one big out there that's getting you your rebounds and setting screens. So this is the type of team that's very, very difficult to play against, man, and they definitely made it difficult for us. We had to fight for every single bucket damn near in this game, man. It was very, very intense. You could see that there was a lot of emotion out there. Dudes were playing really, really aggressive and attacking the paint, man. RJ got some dunks and was showing emotion. and Julius got a dunk on Miles Turner and was showing emotion, and there was just some fouls, like after the play fouls, and a lot of intensity, man. Kind of gives you the vibe of the old school Knicks Pacers rivalry, man. And this is a game. I feel like every time we run into these guys, it's going to be a um, legit game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and it was great that we were able to pull this win out, man. I think this just says a lot about our team, honestly, man. So that's the first takeaway, man. Wings. We got to be really, really. That's pretty much what's going to go into the next takeaway. We got to be really, really smart when we playing these teams that have a lot of wings. All right, because it's probably the most valuable position in the league. You know what I'm saying? The point guards, you got to respect and things of that nature. But a lot of these teams, to seal the deal, they got to get a 3 and D player. And if you could have multiple that could play multiple positions, and be damned if one could handle the rock like a point guard. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you talking about like the Jalen Browns and the Jason Tatum. It's just a very, very valuable position. So we gotta watch out. All right. Next one is no plays off. All right. Why I say this kind of coincides with the wings part is because you want to savor every single possession, and we had a lot of turnovers. I believe 16. With normally around the 11, 12, I believe that was like our average when we were really starting out the season up until like maybe the first 20 games. I'm not too sure what our average of turnovers is right now, but we've definitely had some games where we exceeded it, and today we got up to like either 16 or 18. So you don't want to take plays off, man, especially with guys who are 3 and D players, man. They could get up and down the court, man. They could play at a great pace, man. Mathurin is not afraid to run. Nobody, like they were capitalizing on in transition. They had about 23 fast break points, I want to say. So they was running us out the gym for a little bit, and but it was just pound for pound. We get it in the paint, and they could get it in transition, much better than we can. So you want to savor every possession, man. We cannot take plays off against any team, let alone a team that has wings like this. All right, so that's pretty much all I got to say about that. But I put it up here because it has a lot of importance. It's very, very important that we savor every possession. And if you look at the next two games, we got the Warriors. Steph is not playing, and he's definitely somebody who can make you regret turnovers because you get in transition and you're trying to look for Steph. He's always moving. But Jordan Poole is the same type of vibe, and tonight he had 40 plus. Um, so you don't want to lose possessions. You don't want to cause have turnovers, and the teams get to run it. You know, and you trying to find them because these fast break points and points in transition just really, really could change the game. So we got to be able to hold on to the ball, man. No plays off. All right. Great game. All right. But the third takeaway is party pooper slash it's okay. Now the party pooper is me. All right. I The turnover vibe killed me, man. I feel like we could have put this game away a little sooner, and it wouldn't have been as stressful. This is we still got things to clean up. We um, left some chips at the free throw line for sure. I think second half we did much better. We got to hit shots. We still got to hit shots. There's still some flaws within our game that we're able to clean up because we get into the paint so well, because we offensive rebound and get so many second chance points or second chance opportunities. Um, but this still, and we're getting another 109 points. All right, so though I'm party pooping, it's because we could still clean this stuff up. And when there was that standstill and they were pretty much giving us the game and we couldn't hit on the other end for a little while, other teams are not doing that. You know? All right, and we almost lost this game, which is why it's okay. I've been okay with this guy for the whole season for the majority of it. All right, Julius Randle almost lost this game for us, all because when Julius Randle gets an offensive rebound, he does not, for the life of him, want to kick the ball out and restart the possession. We have 14 extra seconds when you get an offensive rebound. Why on God's earth are you still trying to go up on three people? And this ain't like it's Trey Young down there, which, like, these are, back to the first takeaway, legit wings and Miles Turner surrounding you. And you want to go up on three people? We literally could have lost the game, but Jalen Brunson came back the next possession after a good defensive stop, and I believe hit a big three for us. I believe that's when the three came. Off the pick and roll, it was some miscommunication, and they thought Brunson was just gonna settle, and he just pulled up for the three and knocked it down. Saved the day. These are the type of things you gotta clean up. Bro, kick it out, let's restart it, and then if you gotta get it back in the post and everybody goes back to their man and you get your one-on-one, there's no issue with that. But don't go up on three people. If it's one-on-one, nobody's gonna say anything to you if you got a clear a shot at the rim. But three people, like this, if you look at these games, he's done this so many times. It's annoying. He's done this so many times. Kick the ball out and let's just restart the play, man. Let's reset. It's simple. Very, very simple. It makes no sense to me. Mitch, if he sees more than one person there, he's going to kick it out. And he's the tallest dude on the team. And sometimes the height advantage he has against certain players is ridiculous. Cool, you might say he has no moves, but if anybody got a right to go back up after they get an offensive rebound, it's him. And he still kicks it out. You want to go on three people. Goodness gracious, man. That's why I'm party pooping, all right? This is a great game. But there's still some flaws in our game, just like everybody else. It don't matter if you first seed. We could pick out some flaws in Memphis and the Pelicans a game, and listen, that's all I'm gonna say about it. But it's okay to kick the ball out and reset, and then you could get it back in the post. Normally, Jalen Smith ain't got nothing for you. You're supposed to shake the goggles off of him. Cool. Aaron Naismith was playing some good defense. But one-on-one, listen, we like those odds. Reset it, get it back. Everybody go to their man. Hey, if they want to send that double, RJ's been cutting and we do what we do, but don't go up on three people. All right? Last takeaway, ladies and gentlemen. Leon, hurry up. All right? Hurry up. Please. I beg of you. RJ Barrett played 42 minutes today. Julius Randle played 39 minutes. Jalen Brunson, 35 minutes. Quentin Grimes, 32 minutes. Same for Mitch. Emmanuel Quickly, 22 minutes. Like, dudes are playing heavy minutes. So, we need at least one more person in this rotation. Like, I understand you got the Hartenstein and Sims thing. Defensively, that is really, really, it's great. You can't pull that off against every team, though. You just can't. And, like if we're going against the second unit of the Boston Celtics and they got Al Horford who could stay outside all day, Jericho Sims, what they doing? Like, Jericho Sims could go out there on the perimeter, but Al Horford could. he's liable to give him this work. It just we can't rely on that. We got dudes like Cam Reddish on the bench. Cool. If they're not gonna be here on this team to stay, we need a trade to go down immediately. So these dudes could not turn into Joakim Noah with the stiff knees by the time the season ends. We need to make their minutes around the 32. We need to keep them in that 32 range. So when it's playoff time and you're actually supposed to be playing minutes like this, you got a little rest on you. You know what I'm saying? You're a little bit more rested. So Leon, we need you to make a move, man, because this is not a good look, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it, and that's my it's always been my main problem with Tibbs. These high, ridiculous minutes, and right now Obi's out, but even sometimes when Obi was healthy, you know what I'm saying, seasons passing, last season and this season, Randall is still playing heavy minutes, and Obi is not always getting in that second unit to play. I mean, he's not always playing that. They're not playing a 4 and 5 with Randall and Obi at all times. We've been seeing it a lot more. I give credit to him, and he's been playing the young guys. McBride is in there, but it's the minutes, and it's at this point, it's not even necessarily his fault. They're just trying to keep these dudes fresh, so when it's time to trade them, these other teams know that they're getting a healthy player. I understand that. I respect that. Leon Rose, I need you to hurry up. I know Eric Gordon and the Houston Rockets, they was looking at Eric Gordon. Houston Rockets is on drugs because they want a first-round pick for him. I don't know what he's shown us in this last year to prove to us that he's a worth first-round pick. I don't know what that's about. We need to make a move. And I would like it if we could add a wing who preferably can shoot and play some defense. Play Tom Thibodeau type defense. Because when Tibbs has people playing defense the way he likes playing defense, he's winning games. It just, the evidence has been every way he's won. When people buy into how he wants to play defense, you're winning games. That's just the facts. All right. Now I'm gonna go into screen share. All right. Take this ride with me, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Knicks are now 17-13, 4 games over 500. 4.5 games back of the first seed, which is the Milwaukee Bucks, man. As you can see, tight Eastern Conference. If the playoffs were to start today, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't got to play no playing game, all right? we in the top 6. All right, so with 30 games gone, this team is playing really, really good, man. I'm not sure if you guys could see this cursor, but 7-7 at 7-7 at home, 10-6 on the road. Hopefully, this thing begins to translate when it comes to home games. And like I said, we got the Warriors next. And then after that, you got the Raptors, who this 10 seed. Normally, they hand it to us. For some reason, I feel like we could definitely take a win against these guys. Although that's another team that has wings. They could do a whole 6-9 and up lineup. Like, that's how crazy that team is, because they got the Scotty Barnes, the Pascal Siakam, the Chris Boucher. They got is the Okiki dude on that? They have 6-9 dudes out the wazoo. So they're a team that gets points, as you can see. They average 111 points, but they allow just as many points. All right, so us, that's known to keep these teams, especially in since this streak started, under 100 points. We got to try to limit them. I would like to see Quentin Grimes definitely get on Van Vliet and try to shut that down as best as possible. And I think if we do that, man, I want to see them hit the shots from the outside. I don't think if Van Vliet is hitting for them, I don't think anybody else is really going to deliver like that. Boucher is liable for one with that weird jump shot, but I think we got a chance against this team this year, and I would like to definitely see that. But you got to take it one game at a time, all right? We got the Warriors, who just literally played the Raptors, won that one. Um, and hey, man, it is what it is. We taking it one game at a time. Warriors next. Jordan Poole is playing phenomenally. I expect him to, well, not necessarily, but he just played phenomenal tonight, and I expect him to continue to play phenomenally. With Steph out, but I think we could definitely win this game, man. My with no Steph, my confidence is through the roof going into this Warriors game. Uh, and we'll see, man. Right after that game, I'll be here to give you my breakdown of that, man, and let you know what I thought of the game, man. But you already know what the vibes is, man. On this side, I am your host, Young Poe Easy. I hope you enjoyed the show today, man. I know I did, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown and all that, man. This is a good season so far, man. 30 games chalked up. I don't think anybody really seen us here in this position. We're playing better than anyone, whether you're a fan or not a fan, would have imagined, and that's good. Which is kind of why at the beginning of the season I was really, really hesitant as far as giving a record prediction because I wanted to see how this team is gonna play. You know, it was easier to guess something like that last year because you've seen the team playing. We were pretty much bringing back all the same people besides Fournier and Kemba, but I don't know. It was just something different about this year. I didn't want to necessarily guess the record. Um, because of the Brunson edition, there's so many games that could just easily flip, and I wasn't even expecting him to play like this. So that's a plus, definitely, man. Nobody expected us to be in this position. Um, we do have a certain part of this season, in my opinion. I feel like the month of March is killer. All right, but one game at a time. And once we get there, we just got to compete, man. I think if we just keep competing like this and playing that defense, everything else is just going to fall into place, man. We got to keep protecting the ball, and we've been consistent with putting the ball in the hoop, and I couldn't be happier about that. So, with 30 games in the bag, I got no complaints, man. As a whole, I have no complaints because nobody expected us to be here. So, I'm enjoying this season. And I'm curious to see how the rest of this thing is going to go. All right. But you already know what's up, man. Love, gratitude, positive attitude. I'll catch you on the next one.